BYU, number 12 in the country, coming off the overtime win at home against Baylor. They go to an Oregon team that many would say does not deserve to be ranked. They're favored in this game by 3.5.
Yeah, big performance by Oregon last week versus Eastern Washington. So they kind of get back some momentum, I guess, if you will. It's hard to really understand, though, where Oregon should be sitting right now. I mean, they got absolutely blown out to start the season against Georgia, and you would think you'd be more prepared for that sort of matchup, given that's the only thing you're thinking about the entire offseason leading up to it. So, clearly there's a talent gap when you play a team like Eastern Washington. So I'm not sure what to expect in this matchup. Look, Oregon, it's tough to play up there in Autzen. It's a loud environment. And I think when you're looking at BYU, the question becomes, is Puka Nacua going to be healthy for this particular game? If not, it's going to ride on the arm of, Jaron Hall, who's been a part of that rushing attack, but Christopher Brooks, the running back transfer from Cal, he's going to be a part of this. The BYU defense has played well, though. They've only given up, less than 3 touchdowns per game. So this is one of which I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I'm going to go ahead and take the 3.5 points here in BYU. If it was less than that, I might be on the other side of this bet. To me, the better play here is the under, Danny.
Yeah, I'm totally agreeing with you on the under. I think this will be more of a defensive affair. I would love Oregon if it was 3. I'm on them laying the 3.5. It's not one of my favorite plays of the weekend. But I think this is about, you mentioned Puka Nacua. I've been trying to research, seeing if he's playing. I don't think he is. I don't think Romney is either. I think they're without some of their weapons. And that concerns me against an Oregon team, which I know it was an embarrassing loss against Georgia. But Georgia has embarrassed a lot of good teams. And this is one of those spreads where I look at it, I'm like, wait a second, because I was like you, Bray, I was like, BYU, man, they're good, and they're a good program, but can they take this thing on the road? And I think Oregon might have just had, it was the first game in a backyard of the Georgia Bulldogs in Atlanta. It was ugly for Bo Nix, who wasn't great against the SEC foes, but he was better against lesser opponents, and he was better at home throughout his tenure in the SEC. And that's where I think playing at home crowd environment, BYU coming off an emotional late win against Baylor in that environment, I think it might be a letdown spot for them. So I'll take the Ducks. If BYU wins this game, there is a chance they could run the table and be in the conversation for the playoffs. So something to keep an eye on maybe down the road.
Especially the way Notre Dame looks right now. I mean, that game's looking much more winnable for them as well, that on the neutral site in Vegas. So there's no doubt about it. I mean, they might be putting the College Football Playoff Committee in a bit of a predicament, because I don't know that they look like one of the top 4 teams watching them play right now, but their record's going to say otherwise.
And they've got a matchup with Arkansas coming up right now. Arkansas, a top 10 team. If it stays that way, that could be the big marquee win in addition to Baylor, Oregon, and Notre Dame on that schedule for BYU. All right, the guys don't agree on much here. They do agree on the unders in the 2 ranked v. ranked matchups. Under 48.5 in Miami A&M, under 56.5 BYU and Oregon. All right, coming up next, SEC and a bunch of big numbers. A couple of teams favored by 7 touchdowns.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.